Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be proving that 0 divided by 0 is equal to 2. So, for my proof, first start with 0 over 0. Now, this is the same thing as 1 minus 1, right? Because 0 is the same thing as 1 minus 1. So I have 1 minus 1 over 1 minus 1, which is 0 over 0. Now, this is the same thing as 10 minus 10 over 10 minus 10, right? Because 10 minus 10 is again 0. So I have 0 over 0 still. And this is the same thing as 100 minus 100 over 100 minus 100. Again, 100 minus 100 is 0, 100 minus 100 is 0, so it's 0 over 0 still. Now, 100 is the same thing as 10 squared. So 100 minus 100 over 100 minus 100, I'm going to write this as 10 squared minus 10 squared over, now over here for my bottom, I'm actually not going to write 10 squared minus 10 squared. Instead, I'm going to write 10 times 10 minus 10 times 10, which is, again, allowed. 10 times 10 is the same thing as 10 squared. I'm just not writing it as 10 squared. Now, if I have something in the form a squared minus b squared, this is equal to a plus b times a minus b. So in this case, I have 10 squared minus 10 squared, so that's going to equal 10 plus 10 times 10 minus 10. And from the bottom here, for my denominator, I'm going to factor out 10. So I get 10 times 10 minus 10. Now, I'm going to cancel these two out. So I have 10 plus 10 over 10, which is equal to 20 over 10, which is equal to 2. So I just proved that 0 over 0 is equal to 2. So obviously 0 over 0 is not equal to 2. And if you're wondering where the error is in this proof, it's in this step right here, when I canceled out the 10 minus 10 over 10 minus 10. 10 minus 10 is simply 0. So 0 divided by 0, remember, that's not equal to 1. 0 divided by 0, that's indeterminate. So I can't actually cancel these two out because that's simply implying that 0 divided by 0 is 1, which it's not. So this is wrong, and 0 divided by 0 is not 2. Alright, so in this problem, I have 0.2 to the power of x is equal to 2. So for this problem, I want to find the value of x. So for my solution, first start with 0.2 to the power of x is equal to 2. Now I'm going to take the log on both sides. So I have log 0.2 to the power of x is equal to log 2. And if I have something in the form log a to the power of b, I can actually move this exponent b here to the front. So this can equal b times log a. So in this case, I have log 0.2 to the power of x, and I can move x to the front. So now I have x times log 0.2 is equal to log 2. Now if I divide both sides by log 0.2, these two cancel out, and I get x is equal to log 2 over log 0.2. Now, if you notice here, log 0.2, well, that's the same thing as log of 2 over 10. And if I have something in the form log a over b, this is simply equal to log a minus log b. So in this case, a is 2, and b is 10. So I can rewrite this as x is equal to log 2 over log 2 minus log 10. Now, log 10, as we all know, is simply 1. So I have x is equal to log 2 over log 2 minus 1. Now, log 2, this is equal to 0.3010. So I have 0.3010 over 0.3010 minus 1. And now this is equal to 0.3010 over 0.6990. And finally, if I divide these two, I get that x is equal to, this is actually negative 0.6990. X is equal to negative 0.43. Alright, so in this problem, I have 2 to the power of x minus 2 to the power of y is equal to 120. So just looking at this problem, we can see that x is going to be greater than y. And this is because if x were less than y, then this would result in this here equaling a negative number. But because x is greater than y, this is why it's going to equal a positive number. Meaning, if x is greater than y, then x is going to equal y plus some number k. So k is a constant. So now, if I go ahead and replace x with y plus k, I get 2 to the power of y plus k minus 2 to the power of y is equal to 120. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m plus n, this is equal to a to the power of m times a to the power of n. So 2 to the power of y plus k, and rewrite that as 2 to the power of y times 2 to the power of k. Now I have this minus 2 to the power of y is equal to 120. Now if I factor out 2 to the power of y, I get 2 to the power of y times 2 to the power of k minus 1 is equal to 120. So now this gives me two equations. I have 2 to the power of, before that actually, 120, I can go ahead and rewrite as 8 times 15. So now, as you see, this is going to give me two equations. We can think of 2 to the power of y as 8 and 2 to the power of k minus 1 as 15. Because 2 to the power of y, this is going to be an even number, right? 2 to the power of any number is an even number. And 2 to the power of k minus 1, well, 2 to the power of k, that's an even number, and an even number minus 1, that's going to be an odd number. So notice how this is in the form a number times a number is equal to number times a number, meaning this number is going to equal this number, and this number is equal to this number. So now I have 2 to the power of y is equal to 8, and 2 to the power of k minus 1 is equal to 15. So for 2 to the power of y equals 8, y is going to equal 3, because 2 to the power of 3 is 8. So that's our solution for y. And for 2 to the power of k minus 1, add 1 on both sides. I get 2 to the power of k is equal to 16, meaning k is 4. So now that we have our value for y and k, remember x is equal to k plus y, meaning x equals 4 plus 3, which is 7. So these are my solutions.